You're right everyone, it's Sam here. Welcome to the final round of the Pinnacle League Season 2. We're here in Brazil today. Now a couple of things before we get started. First of all, you can probably notice quite a big improvement in the sound quality, and that's because I literally just got this new microphone and I think it should be a big improvement on the headset I was using, so hopefully you will like it a lot better. Secondly, this is going to be an extended qualifying because this is the last round of the season and there's a few things on I just want to talk about and wrap up the season really. So if you do want to skip to the race, I know I'm going to put like a link to where the race starts in the description, so if you want to just click on that then go ahead. But thanks for you are going to stay and listen to this bit. So yeah, I think just start us off, say a thank you to Richard who hosts the Pinnacle League. He runs a Twitter account and the website very well. He's done a great job with it. I mean, it's only been going since July, and of course it was really only because of the TGP Xbox League ending really that the Pinnacle League came about, but it's become its own league and it's gone very well actually, and gone for 2 seasons now. The third one is just around the corner, and in fact there is going to be a GP2 league as well, so you can just see how much the league is growing, day by day. And it's Richard R20 who's done a great job with it, so thank you to him for hosting it and everything. And heading into this championship battle then, 3-way battle, only 10 points separating the three of us, and we've all got here different ways really. I mean, you got me who's had quite a slow start to the season, but then I've been playing catch up pretty much all the way, and now I'm here only 10 points behind. You got my teammate Jack who had a very good start to the season, but things just haven't gone to plan for him in these final few races, and he's missed a few as well, so what had been a comfortable lead is now he's 4 points behind now actually, well 6 actually, and he had led for pretty much all season. And then you got Richard who's just been consistent all the way through. He's done, I'd say, probably the best job of all of us so far. But it's still this final race and there's only 10 points separating us all, so I mean, who knows who could win it. I mean, already do know of course, but I won't spoil it of course. But yeah, that's pretty much so this is almost the end of the season now actually. It's been, I'd say it's been a good season. Like I said, I did have a slow start of course the season started back in October when the game had only just come out, and I think I had a bit of a slow start. I hadn't really got up to speed with the game yet, but once I did, then I think I really hit some very good form. I think it's been probably the best form I've had since TGP Season 3 in fact. I had a bad few seasons towards the end of TGP and the beginning of Pinnacle, but I just wasn't getting the good results consistently. I was having the odd good race, but I was a lot of midfield results mainly, and it was a very difficult time in league racing for me. But particularly in 2014, I think it's been going very well for me. And I think the happier you are, the better you do in racing. And yeah, I think that my enjoyment in this game as well has played a big part in it. A lot of people don't like this game. They say the online's not very good, but I think it's alright. I mean, the online is bad, but it's been bad in all of them, I'd say. And the handling in this one I think is by far the best, and I still enjoy it a lot. I play it single player all the time really. But that's pretty much it for this season. Heading into next season, I did sort of throw in a little hint a couple of races ago that Brandon would be my teammate next season, and that is true. I mean, and we're going to be at Lotus because I'm leaving Ferrari. Me and Jack are going our separate ways. He's also leaving. I'm not sure what team he's going to, but yeah, I'm leaving Ferrari once again like I did in TGP. But it looks like I will be gone from Ferrari for quite a while this time. I'm sure I will be back here one day in some league. Who knows when it will be. But yeah, for now I'm certainly going to be moving away from Ferrari, and I'm looking forward to joining Brandon again because we were a very good team back in TGP, one of the more popular teammates I think. I remember there was a TGP awards thing not long ago, and we were actually the most popular one out of the Xbox people. But so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that, and this won't be the last you'll be seeing me in Italian teams, because I will be joining the Pinnacle FIFA League, where I'm going to be playing as Napoli, so look out for that on my channel because that's starting very soon. And yeah, so heading into this qualifying, then you can see here I was only in 7th place at this point. I wasn't doing too well actually. I mean, I thought I was doing well actually. I was only about 3 or 4 tenths off pole at this point, but it was just so close. This was the closest qualifying of the season, I'd say. I think it was only about 2 seconds separated everyone who did a lap in the end, and you can see this was actually a bit of a better lap I was on already. But the thing is, I didn't think any of my laps were that bad, and I didn't even think this one, which is actually my best lap, was even that good. But I think it's just because of how short a track it is. You know, the times just really bunch up a lot, because there's not really a lot of places you can lose loads of time. Of course, if you like get a lap together, then the times are going to be pretty close, aren't they? You can see here I'm just heading into this final part of the lap now. I didn't think my lap was even that great, but you can see here in sector 2 I'm actually 3/4 of a second up on my personal best, and it's actually a purple sector, so I think I almost lost it in Young Cal because I was so surprised how quick it was. But heading towards the line now. Yeah, just this run to the line now, try and cut into that pit entry bit as much as I can. I actually take pole position, which is crucial really, because that's 4 points compared to the 2 that Richard would get for second place. So I've closed on him by 8 points, 2 points even, and the gap is now 8 points heading into the race. So welcome back to those of you who just skipped the race. Here I am on pole position with RT in second and Jack in 5th place on the grid. The 3 contenders there for this final race of season 2. And we're just waiting for the lights now, popping up to mixery as I always do for these starts, and we've got the light sequence coming on now. And for the final time in Pinnacle League Season 2, we are away. I get a decent start, but Rich is on my inside, heading into turn 1. I can't really turn in there, so I try and get as much speed as I can around the outside, and I managed to hold on to the lead for now with Richard sliding into second, and it's Psycho Swish in 3rd place for Williams. I'm still in the lead then, heading through his turn 3, but Richard's already having a look at me into this turn 4, and he's on the inside and he's going through, and he has taken second place, and there's a little bit of contact there between me and Psycho Swish, and he manages to get through. Heading up to turn 5, I'm still on the inside line though, and he runs wide, and I managed to get back through on the inside, but I'm down to second place now, and I'm behind the championship leader, which is not where I need to be really. We've already lost someone from the race, but I really did not need to lose that place there at the start, because I really I needed to beat Richard full stop really to have any chance of winning the title here. As we're heading through Young Cal now to almost complete the first lap already. Very short lap here, of course. Still 18 more laps of this to go. We're getting side by side with them here as we head towards the pit straight here. No DRS of course, but I don't even think it'd do much seeing as how short that DRS zone is there. Heading into turn 1, he managed to pull out a bit of a gap on us before we got to the first corner, and he's going to maintain the lead onto lap 2. But yeah, I really wanted to try and get ahead, because that was my best chance winning the title. Of course, I have lost the title there before to Richard in TGP Season 3. That was an unfortunate race, of course. One that I really don't like to remember, so I'm not sure why I'm bringing up here. But of course, there's a chance here to sort of redeem ourselves. I mean, if we can win this, I think best chance to win was actually to get pole position, fastest lap, and of course win the race. That was our best chance to actually, take the championship today. But it was of course going to be very difficult, and especially with Richard now in the lead of the race, I mean, it was just going to be even more difficult for us as we're heading through the final proper corner. For the second time in this race, we're right in behind him again. We're going to have DRS on the next lap, so I mean, there's always that to think about. And of course, the first DRS zone is actually only after turn 3, so we could be straight on him here. So we head into turn 1. We've still got a group of cars behind us. Got the 2 Williams drivers of Psycho and also Alex there. Alex in his final race in Pinnacle. But yeah, we've got DRS. It's not really doing much for us here as we try and line up Richard for a move here. Of course, I didn't want to just throw it down the inside because there's no point. There's still another 15 laps after this, and there's no point. We if we keep calm, you know, there's more chances, and there's no point in just, you know, throwing away a chance at a championship, you know, on lap 3, because there's still plenty of time. I mean, anything could happen, you know, and you know, there's no point just throwing it away at that so early on. We're still following him here very closely in on the third lap, almost completing the third lap actually, as we head towards Yonkou for the third time in this race. I've actually set a purple sector there. Using the rest of our curves, I think I was saving most of it actually for this straight, but I don't know if that was really the best thing to be doing. But we're right in behind them again. We're going to have DRS just before the start finish line actually. I don't know why that DRS zone is so short, but having a look into turn 1 here, we can't quite get through, and then we just get a nudge from Psycho Swish there, and I guess I wasn't really concentrating on what was going on behind me, but you know, he said it was his fault. I know I wasn't looking behind him. I wasn't looking behind me, so you know, I don't blame him too much for it. I mean, but he held his hands up, so you know, I mean, fair play to him for that. But yeah, that did set us back a little bit. But here we are on lap 7. Legion had actually taken the lead from Richard because he got through in that instant, and he actually went after Richard and actually passed him for the lead. So here's me and Richard heading in for our pit stops on lap 7. I actually meant to come in on lap 8, but my tyres were just finished, and I thought I might be able to get an undercut, but then everyone else came in, so it didn't really work, and of course I got held up in the pits there, so you know, it didn't work out for me at all. Actually, I actually lost more time as we exit the pits now in 4th place at this point. A few people were ahead of us and behind who hadn't pitted there, Laney and Daniel. Yeah, he shouldn't be challenging us, and he isn't actually. And this is actually a couple of laps later. We actually are right behind Laney, who actually started on the prime tyres, so we had to get past him pretty quickly, and we managed to get ahead of him there as he runs wide in Yonkou. James was actually right behind me at this point as well in the McLaren, and we actually get 3 abreast there down the pit straight. That wasn't much fun. I actually got out of it because I didn't want to get caught up in any incidents, of course, and they both get back through, and that was quite bad for me, because even though Laney still had to pit, I mean, this is for position, you know, between me and James, so I couldn't really have any more cars ahead of me, and that was really a big point in this race actually. And you see my teammate is right behind me. I'm not sure if anything happened to him in the race, but I think he was struggling a bit like me as well, just to, you know, pick off a few of these places, you know, and try and get close to Richard. He was up in, well, 2nd place at this point, because Legion had managed to take him for the lead of the race. I'm still following James here on lap 10, but I do just get stuck behind him, and DRS wasn't doing much for me, unfortunately, in this race. But this was one of the closest points I get here on lap 13, where he moves to the inside and I try and get around the outside, but it just doesn't seem to work around at that corner. I mean, you can do it at some places, but I guess turn 4 is just not, at Brazil, is just not one of them. And I think might have been lagging a bit as well, I think I remember him saying, actually. So yeah, it was going to be very difficult for me to try and make any move on him here. But yeah, this is a few laps later on lap 16. I knew by now that I'd have to hope for a miracle really if I was going to win, you know, the title here, as we move to the outside again. It's just not working for us as we try another move on James, but it just doesn't work out. Jack is actually dropped back from us, so there wasn't much hope of him, you know, challenging Richard here for the title. And you know, this was becoming very Abu Dhabi 2010, you know, and what I'd promised to be an epic climax was being ruined by the fact that the 2 title contenders just couldn't get past someone. But here we are on the final lap of season 2, and I'm still right in behind James. You know, Richard actually dropped back a bit. I'm not sure why. I don't know if he was really struggling or if he was just, you know, being conservative really, because he had the title in the bag at this point. And I'd try another move, but my only chance really was to get on the inside really, and James was covering that base on pretty much every lap, so my chances of getting through were quite slim really. And I don't know if I would even be able to pull off the move cleanly if I had tried to lunge on the inside. But you know, it wasn't meant to be for us. I guess not. But you can see here we're heading into this final part of the lap now, and it was a fair battle. You know, there was no lag barriers or disconnections to ruin this fight, so you know, it was a good way to end the season as we actually bang wheels there. Coming out of Young Cal. Legion's about to cross the line to win in his final Pinnacle race, so well done to him for that. And well done to Richard, who crosses the line around about now to take the title, and James for some reason gives me third place. I don't know why he did that, but thanks anyway. But yeah, that's the season over. Well done to Alex, who won the race, and it'll be a shame to lose a good driver like him from the league. But hopefully if I get promoted to Formula Xbox Tier 1, then I will be having more races against him. But yeah, that's certainly his last race in Pinnacle. Well done to Duarte, who's done a fantastic job all season. If you follow the Pinnacle League on Twitter, you'll see the tables that he puts up after every race. That shows a detailed view of like what position everyone finished in every race, and you can see that apart from Monaco and Abu Dhabi where he crashed, he's actually finished in the top 5 in every single race. So that's the consistency that wins you titles, really. So well done to him. He fully deserves his title, and it's second for us. I mean, who would have thought we'd beat Jack? I mean, after that first race in Australia. But yeah, we managed to pip him in the standings, so who would have thought that? And it's a bit of a sad note to end off Ferrari days on, but at least we took that constructors title. So I'm very happy about that. There is going to be an end of season montage. I'm not sure when it's going to be. I think it'll probably be sometime next week. And I'm going to have some Formula Xbox videos up as well as Pinnacle FIFA, and also the Cody's League as well, because that's coming soon. So that's it for this season. Goodbye.